Hi everybody, Echo92503 here on YouTube. As I stated before, I am here and I am going to attempt to do a tutorial on this little burlap bag. I made probably like 20 of these over the weekend and they're super simple, and I super stink at doing tutorials, so I figured I was safe doing this one because, like I said before, if I mess this one up, I'm a lost cause because this is very easy to make. So anyways, and as I said before, you can make them as simple as you want, or this one right here, I just used a piece of ribbon, you know, like this across the top here. Of course, this one has Mod Podge on it because I'm going to make flowers out of it, so it's stiff, but it's not stiff on normally. And then you just put it across there, stick a flower on it, or you can make it as elaborate as you like. Here's one that I did put a doily on it, and I can't take credit for this flower. This is a beautiful flower. Somebody sent me that in Iraq. Wish I could remember her name. Can't, but I think I said that in the other video too. So, and here is one that I put lace on. But these are so super easy. And I'm going to go ahead, like I said, and show you how to make them. So, well, I'm going to show you how to make a simple one. I'm not going to do one like with the doily on it and the trim and all that kind of stuff, but I am going to make one that's basically something like this. So, and I'm not going to show you how to make the flower because there's tons of tutorials on how to make flowers out there on YouTube. So these are just some of the flowers that I made up, and I'm going to attempt to do this. So anyways, I gathered a few little things here to see what I might be needing. But anyways, obviously you need your burlap. Okay, just get a piece of burlap. I purchased this burlap at Michael's and it was $7.99. It came on a big roll, and I didn't purchase it over by where they usually keep the burlaps and stuff. Go over to where they carry like those marble stones and all that kind of stuff. It's really funny because if you walk to another side of the store, it will be less expensive, because this same roll that was over by all the rolls of burlap was $9.99. And then of course I went over a few aisles over to where those like the seashells and stuff like that are, and there was a bunch of rolls over there and they were only $5.99. So, and what I found too is if you get the burlap that has like the little siding on it right here, it's a little bit better because it doesn't come unraveled. I mean, it's probably not going to matter because once you get it together, it's probably not going to come unraveled anyways. But I prefer this one, to use this one. So anyways, like I said, it's on a big roll. It was $7.99 and I got on sale for $5.99. Yeah, that's what it was. So, but the other burlaps were like regularly $9.99. Okay, I'm jabbering. And I need to get to the tutorial. This is why I don't do tutorials. Okay, so anyways, you cut off a piece of what you think you're going to need. I will tell you. Hold tight. Let me see if I can find my ruler. I'll tell you how big this one is. And I mean, you know, you could make, I'll tell you how many inches this is. But you could make different sizes. It doesn't matter. You can make them bigger, smaller, whatever. I just cut off a piece. It didn't even really matter what size it was. Actually, I think this was the last piece I had left because I made like, oh, and out of one of those rolls, I swear you can make like 15 bags at least. So, I mean, depending on what size. So this is 11 inches long. Okay. And like I said, depending on what size you want. So, okay. So here we go. And the first thing to do is, hopefully my hot glue gun is ready. You may have a little few strings hanging like that, but it's no big deal. But the very first thing I do is I take, and I'm going to be all hands in here. So now I'm not sure if you're even going to be able to see me. But just take and bend down the top right here. A little bit. You know. Like that. Just give it a little crease. You can use your bone folder if you want to, I suppose. So here we go. Actually, the reason why I'm stalling for a little bit of time is because, oops, I'm waiting for my hot glue gun to warm up. Anyways, just go like this and kind of, you know, varnish it a little bit. Give it a good tuck under. And you could even roll it again if you choose to, but I don't. So, okay. You just take your hot glue gun, Run a little bead down here like this. And this is just to, you know, give it a nice finish and to make sure it doesn't come all the way unraveled. Just push it down like that. So the glue might be a little bit hot on there, so you know when you go to touch it, just be careful. My fingers are so used to it. If you've been crafting for any amount of time, your fingers probably have calluses anyway. So, but anyways, that's what it looks like. You just bend it down, and that just gives it, you know, a nice look finish when it's done. So, okay. And then if you have any little like extra little side pieces like that hanging off, you could just trim those off. Yeah, see? Again, that's why I don't do a tutorial. Don't even know where my scissors are. Okay, here we go. Yeah, I just trim that little edge off right there. That little edge off right there. Okay, these are my crummy scissors. I have a good pair of Tim Holtz scissors and that I only use for cutting certain things with, and then I have my crappy ones that I cut everything with, wire and everything else. So, okay. Then, so now you have that part done, okay? And you need to tuck this under also the other end. Now, you could do this on the sides. You know, if you say you have, like you don't have the finished burlap, like I do, where the sides are finished, then I suppose you could just do it up the side too if you want to. But I buy the burlap that's already done. Already has sides on it, so you don't have to worry about it. Put another little bit of glue in there on that side. This is the other end, by the way, in case I lost track of telling you what I was doing. You just push that down like that. Okay. And it takes like a second to dry. It's already dried. So, and then you just trim that off. Trim that off. Okay. Oh, that's coming undone there a little bit. It'll be okay. Just a tutorial, right? Okay, so then you take and so you have these parts and you've glued them down, okay? So then you take and you turn your burlap over because it's going to be the outside of your bag. Of course, this end keeps rolling up on me because it's the very end, okay? Then you pick yourself out a piece of lace. Doesn't matter what kind of lace. This one happens to be stretchy, but it doesn't matter. Just measure it the size of your bag. And this is what you're going to do with it. You're going to wrap it around here, okay? So I measured, my bag was 11 inches, if you remember. It was 11 inches before I, you know, tucked in the sides, but it doesn't matter because go ahead and cut your piece at 11 inches so that you can tuck it in a little bit too, because you're going to want to hot glue this down like that, okay? So then what you'll do is you just take that end right there. Well, actually, let me put it on the lace, okay? Probably a better idea, right? Put a little bit of hot glue on your lace on the end there. And then you're just going to find the middle. Yikes! Yeah, I still get burnt too. Find the middle of your fabric, press it down. Of course, I probably just gave myself another blister. Oh well. Anyways, just press that down like that. See how I have it here? Okay, and then you're going to turn it back over. And then you're just going to run it down your piece of material. That's all you're going to do, okay? So you're just going to hot glue it down your piece of material, down the middle. Find the middle of your material thing there, and then glue it down. So I'm going to attempt not to burn myself again. So you just run a little strip down this side, run a little strip down this side. And you know, you could sew this too. You know, probably a lot of people do just sew it on there. I don't. I just hot glue it on. It's easier for me. I couldn't tell you how to, you know, put the thread on a sewing machine if my life depended on it. So, you know, I don't even attempt the sewing machine. I am very dangerous when it comes to needles and sewing machines. Give me a hot glue gun, I'm good to go. But as far as a sewing machine goes, or a needle or whatever, no. Okay, and this is very forgiving. Like if you get it on a little bit crooked, you can just move it over. Because of course nothing ever goes right on tutorials, right? So just push it down like that. Keep going. Oh, this lace might be a little bit longer. Okay, let me cut this off. This must have been a different piece of lace. All you gotta do is just have enough so that it'll tuck over. Okay. So let me finish gluing this down. I'm just having a heck of a time because this one end keeps wanting to roll up on me. So let me finish gluing this. Okay, there we go. So we have this all glued down on our fabric. Okay, like I said, this stupid piece of burlap keeps folding up on me. Okay, so here we go. We're going to turn it over. This is your inside part. Okay, and then you're just going to bring this side up and you're going to figure out about where you want it. Okay, oh wait, I need to finish doing this. Hold tight. We need to glue that part down. Okay, so bring that over and glue that in. And see, mine was too long, but that's okay. It's still too long. I'll just cut some of that off like that. No problem. Done. Voila. Okay. Knock the camera over. Okay, now back to where we were. Take this part and you're going to fold it up however far you want. You know. You just figure out what is comfortable for you or where you'd like it. Sorry, pulling the glue off my fingers. And then you bend this down, and you just figure out about how far you want it. You know, so I'm going to put mine down about like that. If you want me to measure it for you, I will, but I don't really think it's necessary, but I will. So I folded that at about 3 3/4 up, and then of course my top is 2.5 inches. Okay, so then what I'm going to do right here is I'm going to open this back up, and I'm going to take my hot glue and I'm just going to run a little line right here to right there, because there's a crease across there where I folded it up to, because I knew where I wanted it to go at my 3 3/4 line. Okay, so then you just take this and you fold it right where the crease was. Make sure that you line it up, because if you don't, it's not going to glue down right. Okay, and you just line up the sides, push it down, and it will glue it down there for you. Okay, let me go up a little bit farther up here on the side. Push that down. Check this side. So I want to get all the way to the end. There we go. Push that side down. Okay. Oh, my stringy's hanging up here. Okay. So now we've made our little pocket. See that? And the glue dries so fast, the hot glue good. I personally use hot glue because, man, I'm telling you, it goes fast with the hot glue. And like I said, if you get these straggly little strings right here, just snip them off. No big deal. Really. It's no big deal. Okay. Alrighty. And I made a little glop of glue right there on accident. But it'll pull right off. So, okay. So far, so good, right? So anyways, then what you do is you get yourself a little piece of Velcro or magnet, whatever whatever your choosing is. You don't need a little very big piece. Probably don't even need that big of a piece, really, to tell you the truth. So I'm going to snip that off. You only need about 1 inch, you know. So that's what I do. And what I do is I glue it on up here first, and then I close my pocket. Okay, so, and that way you make sure that you get this piece underneath here, because if you glue this down here, you might misjudge, and then you go to close your pocket and you're like, oh God, it's way down here. So I always glue it to the top part first. Okay, so, and I always leave my pieces together like this so that when I do lay it down to glue it, that it will stay. Don't put a whole lot of hot glue on this, because these are, you know, like the pieces in there are kind of plasticky. So just put a little bit of hot glue there. Okay. And then let me get my hand out of the way. You just want to stick that on there like that. Push down. Give it a second so that it will glue. So the glue will adhere. Hot glue. Okay. Now you're just going to take and you're going to put some hot glue on here, and then you're going to push this down on here. Okay, so make sure that you get, enough on there so that it's going to stay on there, so when you pull it off it doesn't fall off. Okay, and then you just line your sides up again and press down. Okay, give it a second because it has to cool. Okay, and I just kind of hold on to the bottom piece as I pull it up, so there you go. You got your piece on there, and just stick it down, and there's your closure, right? Very easy. Okay, so then you go and you find something that you want to put on the front, one of your flowers that you've made or whatever. This happens to be one that I made right here, and I really love it. I used lots of different things here. This is a crocheted flower I made. This was off what my mom used to call my rug purse. I used the Tim Holtz tattered die, and that's the large one. Put it on there, and this is some material that I bought at Hobby Lobby. And I just took pinking shears and went around it. This is another flower that I crocheted in here, and then I put a piece of bling on it. So there you go. Nice and pretty. So I'm just going to take this and I am going to hot glue it. Of course, I have stringies hanging all over the place. So you just pick your flower of choice, and then you just take and you hot glue it on there, and you put it on there like that. Give it a second to dry, and there you go. You have yourself a beautiful little burlap bag. There you go. Put lots of goodies in there. So, okay. That was simple enough, right? And look at how cute that looks. I mean, man, you can send that off in a rack. You could send it to your friends. You could, put a card in there. Anything. I mean, this thing is so stinking cute. So, anyways, that's my tutorial, folks. And I know that I was probably all hands in the tutorial, but figured I better start with the simple stuff first. So, anyways, again, like I said, you can make them as elaborate or as easy as you'd like to, and you can really shabby chic these things out. So anyways, this is Echo 92503. Keep watching my channel because you just never know what you're going to see next. Have a wonderful week. Bye bye.